Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm so happy you made it here for this new moon in Leo breakdown. Okay, this energy is wild. Hello, Tina. Sending the love right back at you. Happy you're here. Welcome in, everyone. As always, even on these videos that I do, singing bowl sessions I'm always starting with an energy activation. I brought my crystals, I brought my sage. I am prepared. So I'm going to go ahead and call in my spirit team to join me. Cynthia, hello. Hello, hello. These energies have been wild. Like, not wild. I should say probably incredibly tough would be more accurate. Sean, welcome. If you're open to receiving this energy activation, we're going to tap in with 734. Okay? 734. I offer this sage to you and to our angels, our spirit guides, ancestors of the holy light, and the creator. And I invite any star beings, any land spirits who are around here who would like to join and be present. I invite you all. Dean, welcome. Kavid, welcome. Claudia, welcome. Spiritual Awakening, Scorpio, welcome. Norman, hello. (7:34), tapping into this energy session. Then we're going to get into the new moon messages that I have for you all. And then we'll get into the, I guess lean that way because the singing bowl's over there. Welcome in, welcome in. Setting the intention that everyone who's meant to be here to receive something, any part of this, joins us on the live. And if they're not able to find this on the live, as always, I pray this finds you at the precise time you need it. Take what resonates and leave with the rest. So we're going to start with a little bit of a dusting of your aura. Just going to sweep out some of this energy, okay? Again, 734, tapping in if you are open to receive 734. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I'm excited to give you these downloads. This energy has been crazy. How are you all experiencing the energy of this new moon? For me, I would say it's been turbulent. Up and down. Yeah. Absolutely. Precious Nina. Jordy Beach, long time no see. Welcome in. Or at least not on a live. Happy you made it. Same for Claudia. Mellow for you. Happy that's your experience. Funky, says Cynthia. Remember, there's no wrong way to experience these energies. It's just what your higher self decides is best for you, given your current circumstances and every lesson that you're learning. Happy to have you back. Strange and wild ride, for sure. Okay, that's enough of the sweeping. Now we're going to go in with the rose quartz. It's about the size of my palm. Welcome in, ELT. You watched my video for the first time the other day, and I had to have a long sleep afterwards. I wish I could say I didn't have that effect on people. But yes, it's always a very deep integration. What video did you watch? Was it a sound bath, a Reiki session, or just a message? Because frankly, whatever you need is what you got. I'm happy you made it here. Welcome to our soul tribe. Okay, just about finished here with this activation. All right, here we go. So Spirit had me write down the downloads. So we're going to walk through my little messy brain map here and break down this. Where are we? Here we go. This new moon in Leo energy. So I'm in the Eastern Standard Time zone. This energy peaked. The moon peaked at 3:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is the new moon in Leo. But I always like to make a point of talking about new moon energy in relationship to full moon energy. Awesome. So I'm going to do my best to stay focused on this now because there's a lot to get through and I don't want to be here too long going through all the downloads and not give you all the sound bath time that I know you're craving as much as I am. So forgive me if I'm not as attentive to the chat. Shout out Psychic Alert for any mods that are available at this time. Though I have a feeling we'll have a clean chat tonight, so that's nice. So this new moon in Leo is never to be considered in and of itself something in isolation. Particularly, I will bring up at the end kind of how it's going to pivot into the full moon coming up on August 9th, which is right after the Lionsgate portal, which is crazy, in Aquarius. Remember that the new moon and the full moon for each astrological season have the opposite sign. So the new moon starts the astrological season of Leo. So new moon in Leo starts Leo season. The opposite sign of Leo is Aquarius. So our full moon in a couple of weeks will be Aquarius. And this is a fire to an air element, which is relevant if you have a lot of those elements in your chart. But particularly, I was seeing that earth signs and fixed signs are most affected. When I was doing research, I saw that fixed signs were most affected. Spirit gave me the download that earth signs are affected. So that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Those are the earth signs. And then fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, which is going to make a lot of sense because we have our Pluto retrograde in Aquarius right now, which is exactly opposite the new moon in Leo. And I have to tell you, this is probably the most important aspect to keep in mind. Pluto is the planet of transformation, of death and rebirth, of shadow integration, ultimately, in the sense that where other planets might bring things up into your awareness, Pluto indicates that the time for change is now. The time for realization has already come and gone. Now it's time to act on what you know. So Pluto retrograde is all about where the actions we have taken on a collective level have not been serving us. So that can relate to systems and structures and different societal setups, this or cultural setups I'm hearing as well. But this could also be family dynamics and internal systems that you have in place. So Pluto retrograde is in Aquarius right now. So Aquarius energy gives a big emphasis to humanitarian, collective orientation, service mindset, as well as, like, you could think of the motto of Aquarius being for the good of all, for the good of all. So I want you to keep in mind that a shadow trait of Aquarian energy is martyrdom. The desire to sacrifice oneself for the sake of the greater good. So even just noting that alone, the shadow trait, Pluto highlighting the shadows, you can think of that as the underworld or having a Hades influence. For those of you who are entertained by and fascinated by Greek and Roman mythology, Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is having everyone walk through every single choice that has been destructive for the sake of the greater good. Crossing lines you might not want to cross, or noticing where others are crossing lines but not being able to stand up for that or stand up against that. Okay? You're going to start to see that system of checks and balances trying to come into a greater play on the global scale. Obviously, we're seeing that a lot across different countries right now. So where this energy is opposite the new moon in Leo, I love you too. Welcome in. The new moon in Leo is all about the self. Like where Aquarius is like, okay, I'm so ready to just like give my life to this greater good, this greater ideal. You can see like the kind of the negative trait would be religious fanatics and extremists in that kind of ideal. Leo is all about, I'm putting me first, all eyes on me. This is the me show. And so how interesting is it that this energy is exactly opposite Pluto retrograde in Aquarius? This new moon in Leo, this new moon in Leo is asking you to be very honest with yourself about what it is that you want at a level of joy, at a level of desire. So a lot of you could be experiencing throat chakra and sacral chakra activations, some of you in the solar plexus. And sorry, there's a lot of distractions over there, and I'm doing my best to stay here. So we have this dance between these opposite energies, but it's really like not even opposite at all. The opposition means that there's a really deep contrast in the astrological um kind of dynamic there. It means that these energies are at war. But really, these energies could not be more harmonious together. So when you think about it, because Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is all about looking at the shadow traits of sacrificing yourself for something that for the greater good, and Leo is having you focus on where you need to be healing those things by showing you the light within yourself and giving you how showing you how to give yourself permission to do the things that are best for you, even if it goes away or goes a ways away from whatever you were doing, that you were sacrificing yourself, you were sacrificing your joy, you were sacrificing your voice. Okay, do you see how perfectly and harmonized those energies are? But on the surface, when you just see that, all you see is, well, okay, opposition is opposite. Not at all. You need the boost of this Leo spark to say, hey, I deserve it though. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be comfortable being seen. I deserve to have my dreams come true. And the Pluto retrograde Aquarius energy is saying, well, where has all of this self sacrificing really not been what was best for me? Leo was giving you that warmth of like, okay, yeah, but I can change this, not just let me hate myself for all those decisions that I made. Okay? So, we're going to get into the next of 3 current planets in retrograde that are affecting this moon, okay? Y'all with me so far? I know this is a lot. I'm trying to break it down step by step for you. You're new to this and freaking out about how much this resonates. It means you're in the exact right place you need to be. So what this mostly means with the Pluto retrograde is that we're seeing, or the combined energy with the new moon in Leo with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is the personal revolution of your service driven mission. Okay? Your personal revolution of your service driven mission of, okay, of healing through being the center of attention instead of accomplishing what you want by sacrificing yourself. Bam, that felt like a mic drop. I'll leave it there. We're going to pivot now to, we're going to work backwards. We're going to go to Neptune retrograde, okay? Neptune retrograde and Saturn retrograde are both in Aries. And that's where I'm like, if this were a sitcom, you'd be hearing, ooh. You'd be hearing, ooh, in the back. So, Emma, welcome. Hi. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, so Neptune and Saturn retrograde in Aries. We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about how it's affecting this new moon, okay, and why it matters to point it out now. So we have a lot of sister energy with the Leo energy and the Aries energy. They're really more masculine energies. So you could be noticing that you're healing more masculine aspects of yourself. Everyone has feminine and masculine energy, but in different amounts. So you'll know what resonates most with you as to what your internal balance is. And that's not something for anyone else to decide. So as we're seeing the Neptune retrograde in Aries with the new moon in Leo, that's actually a kind of a complementary energy, okay? Because where Leo is comfortable really standing in their light and like owning their shine, owning their joy, owning their talents, and really being comfortable in that unapologetic joy, the Neptune retrograde in Aries is saying, okay, well, where have my dreams not been in alignment with what I truly desire? What goals have I had that I haven't really been resonating with, but still been working towards for some reason. So Neptune is all about awakening. It is this energy of this dreamlike quality. You might think it resonates a lot with a Pisces energy. So the Neptune retrograde is all about the masks shedding, especially those that are keeping you small. So again, if you saw my video yesterday, that was all about shadow work and how to think about that differently so you can approach your healing path differently. And for Neptune retrograde to be in Aries means it's all about your identity. Aries is the first house. It's all about the way you identify yourself. Okay? Like maybe in the past you were a student. Now you are an artist. Now you are this. How do you change your identity to realign with your genuine goals that are now becoming more obvious because of this tension between the Pluto retrograde and this new moon in Leo? It's really, really, it's kind of less tense than the Aquarius opposition, which would make sense because being in an Aries, the I'm feeling like a trine energy. I haven't seen it on a chart because I can't actually read charts. I would like to do that, but I just get a lot of downloads from this kind of stuff. So we have, yeah, like Neptune retrograde is shedding your old identities. In Aries, it's the way you're, like the way you define yourself. Mhm. It's the way you define yourself. And that was really one of the key points that I mentioned in my video yesterday of like, some of you have been so past oriented that you only know yourself because of your history. Where when you're trying to create your future, it's been very hard for you to dream and understand what practical action to take next and reorient your vision from the past to the future. So Neptune retrograde is saying, okay, we're breaking all the illusions about what's tying you to things that don't serve you in your past. Aries is all about that fresh start, that new beginning. And Leo energy is like, yeah, put me in the center of that. I want the first seat on that roller coaster to my new life. Okay. I want that first ticket. I want to be first in line. I want to be in that fast pass lane. So this is actually a very supportive energy, even though that's requiring a lot of change at a spiritual level. I also was talking about that at my July energy breakdown. Okay, really changing the way you relate to faith, you relate to source, and who you are. That's a really key theme. Really, really key theme. Neptune retrograde. So moving into Saturn retrograde, Saturn is all about discipline. It's about structure. It's about the way societies and culturals exist. Even businesses have structures, the way they're structured. This is also about routine and about consequences. You might think of Saturn being identified with two words, discipline and karma. What goes around comes around. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Saturn is that checks and balances. Okay? So where Saturn goes into retrograde, this becomes, it's very interesting because normally that's a very outwardly directed energy. With all of this self-centered energy with Leo on the spotlight with this new moon, I mean, Saturn itself is also in Aries. So, right, that's about fresh starts, that's about personal identity, that's first house energy. So, this then becomes, instead of being outwardly focused on karmic effects or the structures make me be like this, the structures define me this way. My past defines me this way. Saturn retrograde says, okay, well, what is really authentic to me? This is about confronting yourself with regard to discipline, your sense of personal power, and your sense of personal responsibility, which ties in really nicely actually to the Neptune retrograde energy. It's the illusions crumbling around who you no longer are and who you no longer wish to be. It's making it clear to you where you can let go of what doesn't serve you. See, I literally wrote where it blocks your dreams coming true. Okay. And doesn't that perfectly go like like a hand, like a glove fit perfectly for your hand to this dance between the new moon in Leo and the Pluto retrograde? Like, it's chef's kiss. It just all comes together. And for some of you who've already been doing this work of really being disciplined with yourself, disciplined about, okay, yes, I'm letting that go. Yes, I'm no longer entertaining this from myself or other people. No, I'm not letting that structure define me. I'm not letting that community define me. I'm not letting blah, blah, blah define me. I choose for myself. If you've been on a wave where that's been easier for you, your karmic timelines have been set up in a way that energetically, maybe this isn't as intense, or I should say turbulent up and down energy. But collectively speaking in terms of Earth's consciousness, it's been very turbulent across the board. So, yeah. Wow. Okay, what else is here? Where am I going? So we have change at a creative level with all of the fire energy. We have a change at a personal level, specifically with um yeah, no, I mean it's with the fire energy as well. And then we have change at the emotional level. Whichever one of these themes, all of them are going to be affected for each and every one of you, more so if you're a fixed sign and or have a lot of earth signs in your chart. So you're going to see that because of the fire energy is being amplified by the plutonic energy of transformation, catalyzing these deaths and rebirths, where all these masks are shedding, where you're becoming clear around what no longer serves you, because a retrograde time is a period of reflection, of looking back, of reevaluating. The Pluto retrograde is complementing Saturn and Neptune by saying, okay, well, every time I take this action, it doesn't serve me as I'm trying to solve those problems or create a new identity. Pluto retrograde is telling you, okay, well, you know what doesn't work. So now try something new. And Leo new moon says, we're giving you the confidence to do that. We're giving you the confidence to do that. All right. This is about increasing your self awareness radically. This is about honoring your true desires, your true motives for things, which is being honest with yourself about why you're doing something, whether that's actually helping you or sabotaging you. Redefining coping mechanisms, finding new ways to stimulate yourself that are healthy, as well as being honest with what your needs are. Okay. Your shadow work is probably focused on your creative, personal, and emotional landscapes right now. Okay. And when I say personal, I mean and your sense of identity. So in the next couple of weeks, you're going to be given chances to choose presence over performance. And another way to say that is, where do you sacrifice yourself? Again, coming back to this opposite energy of who am I really versus who does this system tell me I need to be in order to fit in here? You're going to be presented with opportunities where you can reclaim your personal power, stepping into that Leo energy, being courageous and heart led to be yourself, you will be able to choose presence, authenticity over that sense of performance or compensating. And when you really know yourself, you don't have anything to compensate for because you know who you are. You know what you're good at. You know what you want. And you know what kind of things you're working on already. And no one can tell you anything. So the last couple of themes here, I was going to talk about the full moon in Aquarius, but I feel like that point just really touched on it. Just seeing how this, yes, it's healing your action. It's healing your relationship to action. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. This new moon in Leo is healing your relationship to time. The full moon in Aquarius in a couple of weeks is healing your relationship to action. We love to see it. Jolene, welcome. We love to see it. So, 3 key takeaways here, okay? Notice where you're dimming your light to maintain the peace or harmony around you, which really just means to where you shelter others by masking so they don't have to experience any sort of triggering because you're being yourself. And because you're sensitive, you can feel that and you're affected by it. That's something to notice. Where you're shrinking yourself down to stay safe or play it safe, even to the point of self-sabotaging. And finally, the cost of trading authenticity for approval. I will say that again. The cost of trading authenticity for approval. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. These energies are not playing. Okay? So expect to see in the next couple weeks as well, leading up to the full moon in Aquarius, which is going to be complementing again this Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, then now at a kind of tense place between Saturn retrograde in Aries and Neptune retrograde in Aries. I mean, don't quote me on that. I don't know exactly when they end, but I feel like their energies are still going to be affecting if they're in shadow or not. So you're going to notice again. Yeah, I just see you prioritizing feeling good. And we're in Mercury retrograde. I didn't even talk about that. I'm over here struggling, trying to articulate it all to you. Please let me know how this is resonating. Because this was a lot to go through and it was kind of scattered, but I'm praying that I went through it in a way that was digestible. It's Mardu. It's resonating with you. Great. Awesome. So, I'm feeling like that's it for the messages. Oh, I love you, Emma. I hope you're well. Let me know how you're doing. Oh, yeah, a lot of you are finding an okay, last 2 points because I was like, I forgot something. What was it? I missed it. Here we go. You're transcending old limitations. You're sharing your truest selves, reclaiming joy unapologetically, healing your scarcity versus abundance mindset. That's massive. I am. Thanks, girl. Yes, the scarcity versus abundance conversation is probably going to be a conversation you're having a lot with yourself these days. Sorry if my notebook keeps bopping my computer. And then the last thing is because obviously Leo energy is so restless. You're going to find a need for greater stimulation, especially that's why you earth signs are being so affected right now because you like to keep it steady, you like to keep it consistent. The Leo energy is like, okay, we need more. So you're gonna see an improved, but increased need for movement, adventure, stimulation, these kinds of things. Okay, that's it. That's it. All right. Oh my god. So, what you've all been waiting for. is the sound bath. Crystal singing bowls, tuned to 432 hertz, one correlated for each chakra of the 7 primary chakras. They are quartz crystals, and they are beautiful, and they are so, so healing. So we're going to do, because some of you are probably like, well, Julia, what are your intentions with the sound bath? Literally the balancing and resolution of everything that I just said. The healing, the facilitation of your ability to navigate these energies and find closure where you need it, to find confidence where you need it. Because I know some of you have been taking hits to your confidence as all of these energies are bumping up against the start of Leo season, which is a very confident energy. So if you don't hear me specifically say we're doing a sound bath for this, this, and this, it's because, especially with these moon activations, they're to activate the blessings and amplify the healing, but also speed it up. That can be offered specifically from the moon that we're tapping into. So obviously in this one, the new moon in Leo. Now, is this only relevant to you in this particular window? No, because if you find this video at another time and all these messages are relevant to you and resonating with you, then this healing is also going to serve you then. So a little bit more water, and then I will head over to the bowls. But I know some of you are curious about how they work, so I like to explain it a little bit. I channel Reiki through my being, and usually through my palm chakras, but also through the singing bowls. So as I play, the Reiki is moving through the mallet and activating through the quartz crystals, which is amplifying in its own unique way according to whatever frequencies of healing are coming through, are being activated by the frequencies and the crystals themselves that are the singing bowls, okay? So it's not just like your average Joe Reiki sound bath. Or, well, yeah, no, that's true. Because they're crystals. And they usually they guide the singing bowl sessions. I'm just here. So let's get to it. Okay, if you are open to receiving this energy activation, just a heads up, my dog might come down here because I can feel her listening. If you're open to receiving, I just want you to say yes. If you're open to receiving this energy blessing, this energy activation, this healing, this Reiki, I just want you to say yes. I'm going to go ahead and ask for any star beings who would like to assist in this energy transmission to please join me. Any unassigned angels that would like to assist in the grid work aspect of this energy activation, please come join us. I invite the archangels here as well to assist everyone who's listening to and receiving this energy activation for any particular medicine that they need assistance integrating or releasing. And I'm going to pull in now the new moon's energy. We ask for your blessings and your healing. The energy session is complete. I'm going to go ahead and thank all the unassigned angels who came to help with the grid work, and all of the archangels who were helping both here and with collective, and all of the land spirits who came here to support and help out as well. Thank you to my spirit team. Thank you to my angels and my ancestors of the holy light. Thank you to the Creator. Thank you to your spirit teams. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, night, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are, that you find this. Yeah, my poor dog. She was right here this whole time. I had no idea. And then she was like going up the stairs and coming down. Hopefully you guys didn't hear too much background noise. But I know you're very forgiving when you do. So thank you. Thank you, Lolly. I appreciate that. Thank you, Emma. To you as well. Peace and love to you, Jolyn. Hardu. Yeah, the singing bowls are pretty magical. ELT. Or do you go, or is it L? Is it L or is it ELT? Those are initials. Welcome in, Vicky. Love and light to you as well, Robert. Peace to you, Sean. All right, everyone. I'm going to let you go. Hopefully, it was really cute because I always end my singing bowl sessions with the root chakra, which is the biggest one in the back here. It's that singing bowl right in front of the tree, which is funny. I see the irony of that now, Spirit. Okay, but they were like, nope, we're ending on a high note, which is exactly this Leo new moon energy, okay? Ending on a high note, ending on the crown chakra singing bowl. So hopefully you are feeling a bit more peace, a bit uplifted, and open, ready to receive, ready to move forward. All right. Have a beautiful day, night, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. And I'll see you in the next one. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Julie Rose. I do a lot of things, but I just want you to stay and check out what our soul tribe has got going on here. We've got readings, healing sessions, Patreon. I do personal readings and private Reiki sessions. So all the links are in the description box below, and you can find everything I'm up to there. All right. I'll see you very soon. Take care. Happy birthday to the Leos. Yes. All right. Take care.